Unlock the secrets of El Paso, Colorado's judicial history without spending a single dime. Okay, let's jump right into this. Whether you're trying to track down a really complex legal dispute, or you're just kind of curious about some local history, trying to navigate court records can literally feel like a maze. But today, we are going to completely demystify this entire process together.
Welcome to today's Explainer. I know a lot of you watching are focused learners. You just want direct, actionable info without any of the fluff, right? So whether you're piecing together a family genealogy tree, maybe verifying the legal standing of a local business, or just doing a deep dive into Colorado Springs history, there's actually a very straightforward way to do all of this online. By the end of this explainer, you'll have a rock-solid blueprint to find exactly what you need.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Unlocking court records. 2. Step-by-step search guide. 3. Insider tips and tricks. 4. Avoiding common pitfalls. And finally, 5. Conclusion and next steps. Section 1. Unlocking court records. Okay, so the absolute most crucial thing to grasp right off the bat is understanding the 4th Judicial District. See, in Colorado, the state trial courts are organized into different districts. El Paso County doesn't just operate on an island by itself, it's actually paired up with Teller County to form the 4th Judicial District. So when you're looking for local public court records, whether it's a massive civil suit, a felony, or honestly even just a minor traffic infraction, this district is the administrative umbrella you're working under. Getting a handle on this geographical boundary is absolutely step 1 to a successful search.
Section 2, Step-by-Step Search Guide.
Let's get into the step-by-step. The primary tool you're going to use for free public inquiries is the Colorado Judicial Branch Docket Search Portal. It is a centralized real-time database. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Access the portal online at courts.state.co.us. Step 2, and this is absolutely critical, because this single portal serves the entire state, you have to apply a location filter and specifically select El Paso County. Step 3 is punching in your search parameters, and Step 4 is simply evaluating the results the system spits back out for you. Now, to actually execute a valid search query, the system won't just let you browse around blindly. You have to use at least one primary filter. If you happen to have the exact case number, well, that's your golden ticket right there. But if you don't, no worries. You can search by the full name of a party involved, a corporate or business name, or even an attorney's state bar number. This setup actually makes the portal incredibly versatile, no matter what angle you're starting your research from. So once you hit search and successfully pull up a case profile, it is basically a treasure trove of information. You're going to see the original filing date, exactly which judge is assigned to the courtroom, whether the case is currently active or fully closed, and any future hearing dates on the calendar. You'll also see what are called minute orders. These are basically the official notes recorded by the court clerk detailing exactly what happened during a proceeding. It gives you a fantastic snapshot of the entire legal timeline. Section 3. Insider tips and tricks. Now, sometimes the online docket just isn't quite enough. If you find yourself needing physical copies of older documents, you can reach out directly to the El Paso County Combined Court. You can actually email their research department directly at 04researchrequest@judicial.state.co.us. Or you can visit them in person at 270 South Tejon Street in Colorado Springs. Keep in mind, though, while just searching the online docket is totally free, if you specifically request the clerk to physically pull files and make copies for you, they will issue a notice of fees before they send the documents over. But still, having that direct email address, a massive time saver for sure. Okay, get ready for a brilliant little hack hidden deep in federal court policies. What if the case you're looking for is a federal case? Like a bankruptcy or a major constitutional dispute. Well, those aren't going to be in the state database. They're housed in the federal PACER system. Now, PACER typically charges 10 cents a page, and let me tell you, that can add up super fast. But under federal court policy, if your search fees on PACER stay at exactly $30 or less within a 3-month billing cycle, those fees are automatically waived. Literally, your balance is just set back to zero. So if you're just a low-volume researcher, you can essentially search federal dockets completely for free just by staying under that quarterly limit. I want to take a quick pause right here because I'd really love to hear from you. What is the absolute biggest hurdle you've ever faced when searching for public records? Is it finding the right website, dealing with frustrating paywalls, or maybe just trying to translate all that dense legal jargon? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you're finding this explainer valuable so far, make sure to hit subscribe for more structured, focused learning resources just like this one. Section 4. Avoiding common pitfalls. This pitfall is huge and people fall for it all the time. Automated search engines and third-party commercial websites frequently confuse El Paso County, Colorado with El Paso County, Texas. Because the names are an exact match, a general internet search will often pull court data from both jurisdictions interchangeably. So please always verify that the portal you're using and the records you're viewing are explicitly for the state of Colorado. Otherwise, you're going to end up thoroughly confused reading a Texas criminal docket. All right, here is another geographical quirk you absolutely have to know about. The data in that standard public docket portal we talked about comes from the state's main electronic database, known as JBITS. But there is one major exception, and that's Denver. Denver County port records are actually maintained on a completely separate IT infrastructure. So if your research rabbit hole ever leads you to a case that originated within the Denver city limits, you are not going to find it in the standard state portal. You actually have to go directly to Denver's own separate online system. Now, assuming that absolutely everything is public is another major pitfall. Take a look at this. Administrative Order 2005-05 from the Colorado Judicial Branch explicitly lays out that public access to domestic relations cases, think divorces, and probate cases is strictly limited. Only the actual parties to the case or their attorneys get automatic access. If you are an outside, third-party researcher, you literally have to file a formal written request explaining exactly why you need access, and you have to notify the named parties. And you know, that administrative order is really just one piece of the whole privacy puzzle. The Colorado Open Records Act is always trying to balance public access with protecting highly sensitive personal information. So you'll definitely run into suppressed cases, which might involve things like privileged mental health info. You'll also see sealed records, which are completely hidden from public view, usually for expunged cases. Then there are restricted cases involving child victims or sexual assault. And finally, even in the fully public documents you download, specific private details like social security numbers, those will always be heavily redacted. Section 5, Conclusion and Next Steps. All right, here is your definitive, actionable checklist so you can start your search literally right now. First, double-check that you are indeed looking for a record in El Paso, Colorado, and not Texas. Second, gather as much data as you possibly can up front. A case number is best, but a full party name works too. Third, jump on the Colorado Judicial Branch docket search for all your state-level cases. Fourth, if it turns out to be a federal case, head over to the PACER system and definitely remember that $30 fee waiver hack. And lastly, if you ever need physical copies or way older records, just email the 4th Judicial District Clerk's office directly. As always, I do need to quickly remind you that the information provided in this explainer is strictly for educational and informational purposes only, and it absolutely does not constitute legal advice. If you are dealing with any active litigation or you just need personalized assistance, please be sure to consult with a qualified legal professional. So, now that you're armed with all these tools, the portals, and those insider hacks, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What local history or hidden secrets are you going to uncover first? The records are out there right now, just waiting for you to find them. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious out there and happy researching.